Hello everyone and welcome to my EastEnders Media News channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. This week, after 16 years, Whitney Dean will leave the BBC soap opera. After giving birth to baby Dolly and walking down the aisle to marry Zack James Farrar, her character is going out on a high note. However, when their foster daughter Brittany disclosed that he had cheated on her with best friend Lauren Branning, Jacqueline Jossa, the wedding completely collapsed. The 32-year-old Shona apologized to her followers on Instagram on Wednesday night after breaking down in tears. She replied, "Sorry about that, got a bit emotional, which is understandable. I've been there 16 years. It has been quite emotional, and I just wanted to express my gratitude to everyone who has ever stood by Whitney, or even if you didn't and made offensive remarks about me. You are aware. Because EastEnders is at the center of the country, I'm incredibly thrilled about both my future and its future. It was my choice, therefore I don't hold a grudge over it. It has been a tough old paper round, and I have loved every minute of it. Who knows, the door may still be wide open and Whitney could return one day wearing her enormous earrings and high heels." Shona is getting ready to perform on stage. She is slated to play Jenny in 222, a ghost story during its run in Dublin, succeeding Cheryl Tweedy as the acting captain. The 32-year-old Shona will be collaborating with Laura Whitmore, Jay McGuinness of Strictly, and Colin O'Donoghue of Once Upon a Time. The plot of the theater production centers on Jenny and her husband Sam, Colin, who think their home is haunted. This belief is brought up during dinner with their visitors, Lauren, Laura, and Ben J. The engagement will take place from June 20th to August 11th at Dublin's 3 Olympia Theatre. The BBC soap opera is getting ready to bid adieu to Whitney, Sona McGarty. But of course, her final few episodes are everything from subdued. Following the birth of her child Dolly the previous week, Whitney was spotted walking down the aisle to wed Zack James Farrar. However, when their foster daughter Brittany discovered he had cheated on her with best friend Lauren Branning, the wedding completely collapsed. After declaring their breakup to Zack on Tuesday's episode, she later got into a heated argument with her ex-best friend over the betrayal and made the decision to permanently leave Walford with Brittany and baby Dolly. Fans found the exit boring by EastEnders standards, but a recent video that was shared on the show's social media platforms highlighted another problem that infuriated them. The accelerated video shows actress Shona getting into Whitney's enormous bridal gown, complete with a diamond-studded beehive hairstyle. Fans, however, felt it was unrealistic because she had given birth a few days prior to the wedding. Love EastEnders, but seriously, who wrote this storyline? One fan wrote, "Getting married in a big white dress a couple of days after giving birth could only have been written by a man. She looks just fabulous. I know it's not real. Would a new mom really want to get wed like this a day after giving birth?" stated a little later. Others, pointing to the hair, remarked, "It looks like a beehive on her head. I didn't like it at all. It was much nicer loose and straight in my opinion." Whitney, the adoptive daughter of Patsy Palmer's Bianca Jackson, has been at the center of numerous intense plot lines since moving to Walford in 2008. These plot lines have included kidnapping, grooming, sexual abuse, baby loss, stalking, and extramarital affairs. Actress Shona stated in her announcement last year that she was quitting EastEnders to pursue other opportunities. "Since that's all I've ever known, making this decision was incredibly tough for me." In an exclusive interview with Fabulous, she said, "I feel like I'm leaving home because I pretty much grew up on the square. But as you get older, you realize that life is really short, so I had to pull up my big girl pants and bravery. 16 years is great, really. Whitney needs a vacation, and I've had a great run." She faced a challenging paper round. Whitney and Zack are getting closer to the best day of their lives, But Zack's big betrayal secret is about to come to light. It goes without saying that the couple has decided to call off their wedding, given that Whitney gave birth only a few days ago. While on a joint stand-do with Zack, Whitney went into labor in the back of a taco van and gave birth to her daughter Dolly. Lauren Branning was ready to tell her closest friend about her sleazy sex session with her soon-to-be husband when her waters broke. Even though Dolly's presence prevented Whitney from learning about the adultery scandal, Zack becomes alarmed when Brittany returns home after giving birth. Young Brittany is now aware of the situation. Fans of EastEnders will see Bianca bring Brittany back to Zack and Whit in future scenes. Zack will have to figure out how to get Brittany on her own right now. He implores her repeatedly to be silent and not reveal his extramarital romance with Lauren, particularly in light of Dolly's arrival. But as soon as they realize they have to inform their friends and neighbors that the wedding has been called off, they swiftly lose interest. Brittany is left feeling internally torn, and her behavior and attitude start to reflect this. Whitney finds this troubling since she believes that Brittany has changed after Dolly was born. He claims that Whitney is only upset because the wedding is off, hoping to hide his tracks and reassure her not to worry. Whitney decides to change her mind and announces that the wedding will still take place in spite of having a very young child. Zack and Lauren are plagued by their own guilt as Whitney and Zack start getting ready to walk down the aisle. Afterwards, Lily tells Brittany about Whitney's challenging past and upbringing, as well as his numerous failed relationships and marital troubles. It makes Brittany pause to consider if she should speak the truth or if she should remain silent as Zack suggested. Brittany chooses to take a stance and joins Whitney and Zack at the altar as they walk down the aisle with baby Dolly. She cries and tells her everything about Lauren's and Zack's betrayal. Knowing that her best friend and spouse carried out the deed behind her back, how would Whitney handle it? Since the owner of the taxi firm was previously married to Walford tough guy Phil Mitchell, whom she married in September 2023 after delaying their wedding, Kat and Alfie had been kept apart for a number of years. Days before the wedding, she learned her beau had cheated on her with Emma Harding, which tragically brought an end to their romance. Kat later dated Nish Panesar, Navin Chowdhury, but their brief relationship ended in a heated argument. However, Alfie stayed unmarried, and viewers had hoped that after helping Linda Carter, Kelly Bright, in the wake of Mick's abduction, he would become closer to her. Given that she's still dealing with the memory of killing Keanu Taylor, may she prevent Kat and Alfie from getting back together? Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't miss any updates.